about sexual orientation. What is sexual orientation? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this one. Okay. Hey my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Sasha M. I'm a proud transgender woman known for who I am. I said who I am. So now child, today's video is going to be about sexual orientation and gender identity and gender expression, because like I feel like we're in 2022 and a lot of people still don't know the difference, especially between gender identity and sexual orientation. So this video is for educational purposes and we're just going to be having an open conversation. Okay, this space is about learning and kindness, like in educating over shaming. Like we don't shame, we educate in a kind way. This is a positive space. Okay girl, today I got the classes.
When you wake up to a new
we're serious today. We're going to be talking about serious things. Okay, not that serious, but you know, we're gonna educate people because some other people don't know. Like they've been messing up these terms, these words, like, and I'm here to educate y'all, and that's it. So I'm gonna be using these books right here. I'm gonna be using these books and reading to y'all because I did my research. Like I did my research, like when it comes to this thing, and I also learned something. So I'm gonna be reading this to y'all. I wrote it down, and I am not good at, you know, holding stuff like in my head and just speaking without looking at the book or something like that. So I'm gonna be using these books, and this is new to me, so I'm just gonna ask you all to bear with me. Please bear with me. Let me not waste any time and get into it. Like, let me not waste any time. Okay, concepts and definition that refer to sexual orientation and gender identity are an ever evolving field. Okay, they don't remain in the same place, but they evolve. Like, you know, they don't remain the same, these concepts and definitions. And many of the terms used in the past to describe LGBTQI people, namely in the medical health or mental health field, are now considered to be outdated and offensive. Okay, some of these terms that they were using, like girl, the terms were brutal and disrespectful and inhumane to identify gay, lesbian, transgender, queer, etc. people, like etc. Like there's more to it. Like we're outdated. Like some of them are very offensive. Like they, like totally offensive. Like we can't stand them anymore.
absolutely.
Okay, we've educated like a lot of people about these things, and yeah, let me continue and stop. Let's talk about sexual orientation. What is sexual orientation? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this one. Okay, sexual orientation refers to the sex of those to whom one is sexually and romantically attracted to. Okay, I'm gonna say another definition. Okay, yeah, this is about who you're attracted to and whom you feel drawn to sexually, romantically, and emotionally. Like it's about someone you are attracted to. Like it's not about, like, this is where we put gender roles aside, and it's about feelings and emotions and who you are attracted to besides their gender. Like we don't include gender roles here. when it comes to sexual orientation. It's about attraction, who you are attracted to and who you are drawn to. Okay? It's not about gender roles, it's not about you are gay or something. Nah. That doesn't come in sexual orientation. It's about attraction regardless of the other person's gender. Like the main focus of sexual orientation is who you are attracted to. When I say attracted to, girl, I mean attraction. Okay, attraction, attracted to. Period. Because a lot of people seem to confuse these two terms, like the gender identity and sexual orientation terms. Like they tend to make them the same, like they put them together and think they are the same, but they are not. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, gender identity is different. Sexual orientation is different than gender identity, because gender identity isn't about who you are attracted to, but is about who you are. Okay, it's about who you are as a person. Like for example, male, female, transgender, queer or lesbian or bisexual, etc. It's about that. Okay, sexual orientation is about who you want to be, like who you want to be with. Okay, is about sexual orientation is about who you want to be with. Okay, yes, it differs from gender identity. It's all about attraction, baby. So it's about time that people start confusing these two and give balance to these two. Preach, sister, preach. Because like they may seem a little bit related, but they are not. They are two different things. Nowadays, the term lesbian and gay are used to refer to people who experience attraction to members of the same sex, and the term bisexual describe people who experience attraction to members of both sexes. Okay, this one is clear. This is obvious, guys. This one is obvious. Okay, I don't have to go in depth with this one. Okay, but it should be noted that although these categories continue to be widely used, sexual orientation does not always appear in such definable categories, and instead occurs in continuum. Yeah, I believe this word is continuum. I'm gonna put it right here in the screen. And for those people who doesn't understand the word continuum, like including myself, I had to Google this word. I was like, what is this word? So I Googled this word, and the continuum definition is a continuous series of elements or items that vary by such differences that they do not seem to differ from each other. Like for example, a range of temperatures from freezing to boiling. Does that make sense? Well, I think it's just it's obvious. And then we move on, okay? And people perceived or described by other as lesbian, gay, or bisexual may identify in various ways. Now, that is sexual orientation. It's about attraction. It's not about gender roles, gay, straight, heterosexual, cisgender. I'm saying the same thing. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, non-binary. Nah, it's not about those gender roles. It's about attractions. It's about feelings. It's about who you are attracted to as a person. Like not including your gender role. If you know what I mean. This is an open discussion. You can voice your opinions, but then we are not gonna deal with ignorance in this channel. Okay, your negative energy, ignorance, does not apply here. This is a positive space where we educate in a kind way instead of shaming, okay? Because there are those people who will just come for you. Like, I'm not saying that I'm correct with all these things. I did my research, and if I'm wrong or somewhere in between, I am open to correction. I am open to learning, because as humans, we are ever learning. Like, we are ever learning till we die. Like, from when we're born, we are learning. Old, young, we are still learning. And yeah, that's it. So now I'm gonna move to gender identity. I'm gonna move to gender identity. Gender identity. Okay. I hope I explained well, like, the sexual orientation. I hope you got what I was saying. And if there's more, don't be afraid. Like, you can comment down below on my comment section. And guys, let's have an open discussion, because people are not talking about these things. Like, yeah, some of them, they're talking about these things, and they've talked, like, a lot of people have talked about this, but you know, at some other people are behind, like they're left behind. And you know, we are here to educate, not shame. I'm gonna move to gender identity. Okay, what is gender identity? Well, I've said it previously on sexual orientation. Gender identity is about who you are. Like, it's about who you are. You identify as a male, female, or a trans woman, or a trans man, or non-binary, or queer, or lesbian, or gay, or bisexual. Okay, but then I'm just gonna say the definition, girl. I'm just gonna say the definition. Okay, so gender identity is defined as a personal conception of oneself as a male or female, or really both or neither. Okay, this concept is intimately related to the concept of gender role, which is defined as the outward manifestation of personality that reflect gender identity. And yeah, that reflects gender identity. It's about who you are, who you identify as. As myself, I identify as a transgender woman, and I am a woman, like a transgender woman. Okay, that is my gender identity. That is not my sexual orientation. Are we clear? Yeah, we are clear. Okay, and let me tell you guys, there are 6 gender identities. If you know, you know. Well, comment down below, like, those 6 gender identities. Okay, let's educate each other, guys. But I know them, I won't talk about them. I know them. But if you want to know them, or if there's someone out there, like, who knows, comment down below. Feel free. The expression of gender identity was coined in the middle 1960s, describing one's persistent inner sense of belonging to either male or female categories. Okay, next chapter. The concept of gender identity has evolved over time to include those who do not identify as either male or female. Like, it has evolved. Now, like, we have nine binary people, yeah, and we have queer people. You know, it has evolved. Like, now there are more terms and definition, and you know, these things are out there. They are out there. And you know, a lot of people expect, like, the LGBTQI community to, like, teach them, like, to educate them about these things. Like, speaking for myself, I would get approached, like, or even when I'm talking to someone online, like, they'll be like, teach me. But then I prefer everybody to do their research, because these things are out there. They're out there. There's Google, like, there's Wikipedia. What?
I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but girl, I am living.
Wikipedia. Yeah, Wikipedia. whatever it is that is called. But those sites, like this information, okay, like as a trans woman, if I wanted to know about cisgender heterosexual people, I would have gone to Google, Google that shit, and get the information and educate myself. But then it is okay. It is okay. We not shame. We educate in a kind manner. Let me continue and stop, talking a lot. Since we are on gender identity, okay? A person's self-concept of their gender, regardless of their biological sex, is called their gender identity. I'm gonna repeat this because I feel like I was not clear enough. A person's concept of their gender, regardless of their biological sex, is called their gender identity. Okay, transphobes, where are you? Like, it is called gender identity. For decades, the transsexual term was restricted for individuals who had undergone medical procedures, including genital reassignment surgery. However, like back in the days, the transsexual term was restricted to those like who have transitioned medically, who had undergone sexual reassignment surgery. But then that's not the case. Like when you're born transgender, you are a trans woman without transitioning medically. Okay, you are a trans woman, you are a trans male. It doesn't make you different. Like you are born like that. Okay, you are born like that. But anyway, nowadays, however, nowadays, transsexual refers to anyone who has a gender identity that is incongruent with the sex assigned at birth, and therefore is currently or is working towards living as a member of the sex other than the one assigned at birth. And regardless of what medical procedures they may have undergone or may desire in the future. Okay? Yeah. And I feel like these days a lot of trans people, trans women, let me say trans people, feel the pressure like to transition medically. Like transition when you're ready doesn't exclude you as a trans person if you hadn't transitioned medically and that kind of stuff. You are still a trans person, and that's what people are having a problem with, because like some of people will consider you gay just because you haven't transitioned medically and stuff. Nah, you are still a transgender woman or a transgender man, regardless of regardless if you have transitioned medically or not. You are still trans. Okay? My advice to my fellow trans sisters and brothers is just take your time. When transitioning, don't rush it. But take time to know this is what you want. Like when transitioning medically and stuff, don't rush the decision. Don't feel pressure. Like don't see other people, like other trans people, like doing their medical procedures and feel the pressure, like to, and also society plays a role in that, in making trans people to feel like they have to like do those procedures in order to be accepted by society and people, and that is not okay. You can transition medically at your own time. No rush this. Like don't rush the process. Okay, it's a journey for a reason, and don't make I forgot. What is this phrase? Okay, girl. Wise fellas, where are you? Because you're running away from me.
Bye. Get out.
Don't make decisions that you're gonna regret in the future. Yeah, let me just say that it's simple. Don't rush the process. Take your time, girl. Okay, take your time. Yeah, that is it. Like, that is gender identity. Like, gender identity is about who a person identifies as, whether it's a female, male, transgender, queer, non-binary, lesbian, gay, or bisexual, etc. That is gender identity. It's not, doesn't fall over sexual orientation. It's about who you are, who you identify as, not who you are attracted to. Who you are attracted to, it's not about that. It's about who you are as a person. Like, as myself, I'm a proud transgender woman. That is simple. Okay, yeah, it is. I hope you're learning, and I'm open to learning too. Okay, I'm open to learning too. And while watching this, keep an open mind. Yeah, don't rush to come for me and say you did a mistake there, whatever. Yes, notify me of my mistakes and whatever, but do it kindly and also educate me and don't shame. Same goes, like, yeah. And now we are on gender expression. Okay, the definition of gender expression or gender presentation is a person's behavior, mannerisms, interests, and appearance that are associated with gender, specifically with the categories of femininity and masculinity. This is how you express yourself. Gender expression, like, okay, like, let me make examples. Like, for example, gender expression is how a person how gender expression is how a person publicly expresses or presents their gender. It's how they present themselves, like, publicly, with the outer appearance. Okay, doesn't have to be like. Anyway, let me continue. This can include behavior and outward appearance, such as dress code, hair, makeup, body language, and voice, etc., and other things. A person's chosen name and pronouns are also common ways of expressing gender. Yeah, that is gender expression. You can wear a dress if you can be a man and wear a dress. That is how you express yourself, but it doesn't mean you are gay or something like that. It is how you express yourself. It is how you channel your feminine energy. That's why, like in this world, I feel like men aren't able to express themselves fully because they have to live up to society's standards of being strong and not showing their vulnerable side or soft side, or exploring their femininity. Okay. Yeah, like a lot. Oh my god, is happening. Like, in this world, everything is ruled by society, and those who do not go by the society rules, including me, we are alienated. Okay, we are treated as aliens. But what makes you different, makes you powerful and stand out and beautiful, and don't alter yourself for anyone, to please anyone or anything. Like, be yourself. Keep it real. Be real with yourself. Okay? And don't live up to anyone's standards or society's standards. Okay? Because as humans, we are an ever evolving species. Okay? Society expects us to like rotate, like go in the same rotation, but you know what? We were made to evolve, to grow, okay? And not stay in the same state. Okay, like let me tell you, I feel like I'm getting out of topic, but you are not the same person as you were 5 years ago. Well, I think like when we check our brain scans, you can check your 5 year ago brain scan. I think it will be different than this year's brain scan because what we are growing, okay? The mind grows, like the mind doesn't grow like, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say, okay? Anyway, if you liked this videos or you want me to do more videos like this, and if you want me to do more content like this and go deep and talk about other topics too, I am open to anything. Comment down below, and don't forget to like, if you like my videos and like what I'm doing, don't forget to subscribe, like or share, and recommend me to your friends, family, colleagues, because it is good for you, but most importantly, it is good for for me. Anyway, bye guys. I'll see you in another video. Keep shining and stay bright. Bye. Like, it's not like it is mandatory for me to say this, but I'm just going to say this for people curious of where did I get this information. I got this information from this website called Frontiers in Psychology, and we can check their website at www.frontiersin.org. Yeah, I'll write it in the screen, and that's it.